What up, you guys? It's Rafael here, and we are seeing a level of hysteria, confidence, and just plain greed in the Pokemon market right now that makes me feel a little bit uneasy in the trajectory that we're following within the Pokemon TCG and the TCG as a whole, because it does feel very different than what I've accustomed to. Before types of collectibles and before me doing YouTube, I was just a collector. I've been in the hobby for close to 8 years now. And I used to enjoy looking at charts, looking at data, looking at potential pickups for potential profits, make some money, and then use that money to buy things that we wanted for me and my son and my kids and rip open and collect. We would enjoy playing the whole buying and selling of the hobby. It's part of the hobby. It's part of collecting, in my opinion, right? And throughout this entire time, I've been through a lot of different booms and recessionary periods that they all felt kind of controlled, because the COVID boom was very based around all of the YouTubers that came in and started to pump, like Logan Paul and his brother and all these other YouTubers. Did a lot of money that came in through that. And it pumped a lot of the Pokemon and the sports market. All of the TCGs took an increase of pricing during that time. And mind you, COVID was going around during that time as well, with a lot of supply issues and all the things like that. The bull market before that wasn't as crazy as COVID. And this bull market that we're experiencing right now, in my opinion, just doesn't compare. I do believe that all of this Wall Street Journal news and all of these investors that are coming into the hobby, putting in tons of money into the hobby and seeing this Pokemon TCG as an investment asset does play a role in the amount of increases that we're seeing today. But quite frankly, I just don't see this happening year over year moving forward. A lot of YouTubers keep talking about this being the new norm, this being something that we're going to have to accustom to, and that we're not going to see prices correct to a normalized price point anymore. I just can't wrap my head around that, because you are really hindering the down hardcore collectors that all they want, they don't care about the money, all they want is build decks, play the game. At the end of the day, it is a TCG, trading card game. And if you are completely ignoring the entire game piece army, which play a role in this entire hobby, then we have bigger problems. So in this video, I do want to talk about a couple of the boxes and the moves that they've been doing, the crazy moves that they have been doing, as well as give you my thoughts as to what I think these will do in the future. I do have a couple of things that I want to talk about when it comes to Mega Evolutions coming out here very, very shortly. I will be sharing a little bit of information that I just received today that I haven't yet heard anybody talk about. So I'll be giving you that here when we start talking about Mega Evolution. So, all right. And of course, Destined Rivals is our first stop in today's video, because, I mean, you guys have probably already heard it from a lot of other content creators. This box just continues to break through barriers over and over and over. 196 boxes available in the current market. It is now sitting at 400. Actually, let me look at last sold, because this price point, yeah, so actually 480, 443, 480. So it actually is selling at $480 right now, right before Mega Evolutions comes out. And guys, this box was sitting at $245 just a couple months ago, and it is almost double in price now. It is crazy to see that a box that is just 4 months old is capable of reaching almost $500. And the reason I say that is because it took Brilliant Stars, Lost Origin, Shilling Rain, a lot of these Sword and Shield boxes so long to reach this level. And Destined Rivals is accomplishing this in just 4 short months. So here you have Brilliant Stars. Came out in February of 2022, right? So February 2022, and we see that this box right now is hovering around $534. But it wasn't until May of this year, of 2025, that it broke the $400 price point for this Brilliant Stars that has a beautiful Charizard, in my opinion, that is also, I've seen a lot of movement in the last couple of weeks. But it took this box close to 3 years. 3 years or some change to get to the $400 price point. And again, Destined Rivals has broke through that in 4 months. The Lost Origin, one of the best sets of Sword and Shield, with the Shinji Kanda, Giratina, V-Art, and a lot of great Pokemon in this set, came out in September of 2022. And as you can see here, it is now almost close to $1,000. But the 400 price point just happened in May of this year. In the summer of this year, this box reached 470, 400, it broke the $400 price point. And as you can see, September 2022, that's close to 3 years before it was able to accomplish that. So a box like this that's getting to this point this fast, in my opinion, it just screams that we are in a level of money being dumped into the market that we just can't comprehend, because we've never seen this before. This has never happened before. A 4-month-old box hitting $400 and close to $500. We haven't yet seen that. Usually boxes, even on pre-release, boxes go for $300, $350. They usually don't start to pre-sell that high because we know MSRP is $150 and people are just not willing to pay that much more money on a pre-release for a box. Honestly, at this point with Destined Rivals, even if we were to see a reprint of booster boxes, I really don't think we're gonna see this at the $200 price point anymore. I think this box is gone. Even it's crazy to say because this set has only been out for 4 months. It is crazy to say, but honestly, I don't see this box going down 50 to 60% because that's how much it needs to go down to get down to the $150 to $200 price point, which is MSRP. I don't see that happening, and it sucks to say because I would like myself to pick up some of these boxes, but at the current price point and at the way things are going and how everything is unfolding in the market, I honestly don't see this happening for Destined Rivals. The ATB is also being carried by the continued influx in price of the booster box, in my opinion, and is now reaching the 115. Last sold for the ETB, yeah, 115. $100 to $115 for the ETB. This ETB was just $80 to $90 a couple months ago. So you can see that Destined Rivals is carrying everything forward. The booster bundle is also looking at, what is that, $50? Let's look at last sold for the booster bundle. So $48 to $55 for the booster bundle. A booster bundle that just 3 months ago was hitting a low of $40. You could pick this up for $40, and it is moving consistently. I do think Destined Rivals is going to be one of the best sets of the era. And we may see some reprints of Destined Rivals in the coming years. And in my opinion, that's going to be the time for you to try to get some more product, some more positions in Destined Rivals. You're going to have to just wait for a better entry point to get them. But from the market, the booster boxes are going to be really hard to find at anything below $300, even with the reprint happening, in my opinion. Next up that we have seen moved in the last couple of weeks is the Prismatic Evolutions Elite Training Box, and I've talked about this before. We are now seeing $130 for this ETB, 125, 125. 5 of them sold recently at $140. So this box is definitely moving. Is seeing just in the last month a 33% increase in price. And I mean, we've been talking about this for a long time. I told you guys when the Costco drops and the bundles came out, I said this is a great price. Even picking them up at market, I think those were going for like $90 to $100 from your local Facebook market, like from marketplaces anywhere, eBay. You could have picked them up for like $100, and it will come with both the ETB and the bundle. Or I think at some point there was a Pokeball mixed in there. That opportunity, it is now done and over with, and as you can see, the ETBs are now starting to move forward. And again, just like Destined Rivals, with the movement of the ETBs, we have other products that are also starting to move out. The SPC just a month ago was sitting at $220, 67 available in the current market, which is not a lot, and it is now reaching $315. Let's look at last sold. So 300, 310, it's the last sold, several selling for the SPC. Guys, this SPC, it's pure quality. You really, all you have to do is compare the 151 UPC, and I've said this before, compare the 151 UPC, just look at any other UPCs in the past that are 2 to 3 years old, look at where they stand, then decide if you are willing to pay the $300 price point that this SPC is now demanding. In my opinion, the 220 price point was the best price point to get in for this SPC, but this will be a $500 box. I mean, it is an SPC, it is Evolutions, it has a great promo in there, it's got a beautiful mat and accessories in it, and there's God packs in it. So, I mean, you can't go wrong with this long term. It is a beautiful box to have in your collection and to keep for the years to come. Mega Evolutions, we are at several days before the release of Mega Evolutions, and it's pre-selling for $324. Surprisingly, the non-enhanced booster box has now priced they flipped in price. This was more at the very beginning. This was selling for $340 when the enhanced was only $300. But now the papers have reversed, and this one is actually less in pre-sale than the enhanced. And I think it has to do with the fact that this does have a very good promo. The Bulbasaur that's coming in this box, it's a really good promo, and I really think it's gonna do really good in the long term because it's a Bulbasaur, and it is a very unique art, in my opinion. That's gonna be tough to find because you can only find it in this really pricey box. The Lucario ETB is sitting at $115, and this one, it is a bit higher than the Gardevoir, as we expected, $95 for the Gardevoir ETB. But we have heard a lot of people talk, a lot of shops, and a lot of people talking about this being deployed in waves and it being limited. We don't know yet how limited it's going to be until we actually go through the first initial week of the release. But those rumors are not rumors anymore. We do have confirmation saying that these are limited. The ETBs are completely delayed. Aside from it being broken down in a 60-40, the 60% that was originally going to hit the first week of release is delayed. Now, one thing that I did wanted to say that I just learned today, this week, is that in Europe, every single Mega Evolution item, including ETBs, bundles, 3-packs, and booster boxes, are delayed until October. I don't know if it's first week of October, second week of October. I don't know that, but I do know that in Europe, it is being delayed. I don't know if this is true across the board for every single shop or it's just specific shops to a particular distributor. But that is what I was told from talking to other shop owners in Europe today. And we're going to have to see how things play out because I don't think I'm going to have a lot on release for at topshopcollectibles.com. But again, sign up to the email list and you'll get notified when we get those in store, and we'll do it how we normally have been at the shop. So that wraps up today's video, guys. It has been crazy weeks, months. Everything just keeps moving forward. There is buyouts every single day. I've seen the pumps. I haven't yet seen the dumps, which is really interesting to see. I feel like a lot of people just really think that Pokemon is a very investable asset, and it's really putting a lot of confidence in the product, and they just are buying out a lot of these cards, the Umbreons, the Roaring Moons, and you know, all of these booster boxes and stuff to see returns in the years to come. If that's the case, if that's what is really happening right now, we are in it for the long term in terms of the price hikes, and then we not seeing them come back. So we're gonna have to see how all of this unfolds, and if we even get a correction after the 30th anniversary starts to get announced and releases. If you enjoyed today's video, consider subscribing to the channel. Don't forget to give it a like. It helps the algorithm. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know how you're navigating this crazy market. What have you seen? Maybe there's other boxes or obscure boxes or products that I haven't yet covered in my videos. Let me know in the comment down below your thoughts into this market and Mega Evolutions coming out around the corner. But that's all I got for you guys today. Stay positive, keep your head up, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.